Hi, my name is Anastasia. I want to talk about domestic violence awareness. October is not just for breast cancer awareness, and nobody knows that it's for domestic violence awareness. Everybody hears stories about how breast cancer survivors did everything they could to survive, or what they're going through, if they're going to live or not, and nobody ever hears a story of a domestic violence survivor. And I'm one of them. I've been a survivor of domestic violence for 4 years, and I'm very happy about it. I have 4 beautiful children with, how can I put this, an asshole abuser of an ex-husband who wishes to have nothing to do with his children. Sounds like a man, right? I don't know how I'm going to start off my little story, but I will tell you a little bit about what I went through and what my children had saw, and what I went through with them being with their father. There was a lot of times my ex-husband would beat me. I don't remember how it first started off. A lot of it's just a blur. But I remember some stuff. Well, not really some. I remember a lot of it, but I don't remember how it started. I remember him putting me through the wall. There were a lot of walls in our house. He threw me against the mirror that was on one of our doors. There was one year we went to go eat with my family for the holidays, and we were coming back home. He got so angry because I was talking to a friend, just a friend, nothing more. And it was a female friend, thinking that I was talking to some guy. So he put the kids in the house, shut them in their rooms. He put the music loud in our house, carried me inside. He made me hit the door. He made my head hit the door, really, and he literally threw me on the ground, kicking me and punching me, telling me who was I talking to, who was I talking to. Even when he called the number, he didn't believe it. That's how stupid he was. He always thought I was cheating on him when it was him cheating on me. He would beat me for any little thing. I have a scar right here somewhere. You can't see it. It's kind of small, and I'm not that close to the video. When I had told him we didn't have enough pumpkin meat to make his mom a pumpkin pie, he got so angry and he punched me. All over our kitchen floor there was blood, even in the pumpkin meat, because I was trying to pick it up and put it in the fridge. There was blood in it and I had to throw it away. And there was blood on the floor, and he kicked me and told me to clean it up. And then he carried me to our room, trying to be all nice and romantic about it, and gave me an ice pack, like that's really gonna help. There was one time when he told our oldest daughter that if a guy hits her, he's not gonna do anything about it because it's gonna be her fault. What kind of father would tell that to his child? Our second oldest, when she was still a baby, and we had her in a playpen, when I had set her down in it for her nap, he had grabbed me by my hair and threw me against the wall, and I cried because my daughter flipped out of her playpen. Like the playpen was like literally a cage over her, and she was crying and he wouldn't let me pick her up. He was just beating me in front of our daughters, and my oldest daughter was crying, trying to pull her father off of me, and he didn't have it. He wouldn't have it. When we had our son, our son was born premature. He was born at 6.5 months premature. He was a month old, and my husband had got some stupid idea that I was talking to somebody on our own Facebook, and he kept punching me in the face, and my head was hitting my son's head. It didn't hurt me as much when I was getting punched. What was hurting me was that my son was getting hurt in the whole process. When he got older, at about a year old, my ex-husband got so angry with me because I didn't want to go out with him somewhere because we didn't have a babysitter. I didn't want to leave the kids at home alone like the way he wanted to. And my son was in his high chair, and my ex-husband got so angry with me that he punched me, and I flew against the stove, and my son fell out of the high chair because he knocked it over on purpose. My two girls, he knocked their chairs down, and they fell off of their chairs too. He had forced pills down my throat because he tried killing me. He had hit me with a car. With our own vehicle, he had hit me with our own car. And it hurt. I've been through so much. And I know there's a lot of people out there who have been through worse. But I know it's hard for them to talk about it too. I used to think about it so much, and I would cry. And with the help of the guy that I'm with now, I don't cry as much because I talk to him about it, or I talk to one of his cousins, or I talk to one of our friends or something. But memories still flood. They still come back. They still haunt me. They still haunt my oldest daughter because she has seen the most. My ex-husband put a gun against our second oldest. He had put a gun against her head because I wanted to baptize her after I came out of the hospital with her. He had tied me up in the closet and started punching me like I was a punching bag. Yes, I don't cry about it anymore because I'm done crying. There's no point in me crying for old memories that I was too stupid to get out of. I wasn't stupid. I wasn't brave enough to get out of something like that because I thought I didn't have anybody. He would always tell me I wasn't gonna have nobody to help me out. I wasn't good enough for anybody. I'm always gonna be broken. I'm always gonna be pathetic. I'm gonna be the worthless loser that only he would love, no matter what. And he would love me till I die or until he kills me. He even told me one time that he was going to have our son grow up to be exactly like him, where he was going to show him how to beat up women, how to beat up his girlfriend whenever she didn't listen, and how to hide the bruises, or have her buy so much makeup so she don't have bruises shown. But it didn't happen because I left. I left for the safety of my life and for the safety of my children. Me and my children are happier without him. We haven't been this happy in a long time. I have been divorced from him for 4 years. He wants nothing to do with his kids, which I'm fine about it. I wouldn't want him to have anything to do with the kids. Then go. I wouldn't want him to have anything to do with our kids. Because then he would still be the asshole that he is. And it wouldn't just hurt my kids, it would hurt me. So I tell you, anybody who's looking at this, share this video if you want to. It doesn't bother me. But if you're going through what I went through, just know that somebody is always going to be there for you. There's help out there to help you get out. There are your friends to talk to and help you get out, and your family to help you get out. I thought I didn't have anybody until my best friend had told me that there's always help. He would help me. My family would help me, and he told my mom. My mom helped me get everything out. Just tell that person that you love them, even if they're a friend. Just tell them that they're loved. Let them know they're loved. Let them know that they are something. And let them know there's help. Give them a big hug if you have to. But talk to them. Because they're not going to want to talk to anybody at all. And it is hard for somebody like me to go through what I went through. It is hard for somebody like me to even talk about it. Imagine how hard it would be on them to talk about it, or to try and be brave enough to go through alone, thinking that there's nobody there. Just help them. Talk to them. Give them a big hug, 'cause that's all I ever wanted, was someone to support me and give me a big old hug and tell me, you're going to get through this. God is waiting to help you get through this. He is sending his angels to come and get you out of this hellhole. Until our 5th year of being married, I finally had somebody tell me that. And it was my best friend I haven't seen in a long time. So there's my little story. A lot worse had happened. Hospitals, cops, everything. But I'm not going to go into that because it would make you cry. It made my boyfriend's cousin cry. It made one of my girlfriends cry. Imagine how hard it'll feel for them. So, wear purple and pink during October. Let everybody know about domestic violence and how to be a voice about it. There's a lot of links. I can't really think of one on top of my head because it's 1:20 in the morning. So, have a good night.